So if we are speaking these positive affirmations on a more frequent basis, it's replacing the neural pathways of a negative thought pattern with a more positive one. Hey everyone, welcome to the Highest Version Podcast. I'm your host, Randy Philivong, and on this podcast, we talk about falling in love with the process of getting better every day and becoming the highest version of ourselves. So you probably have seen many professional athletes do this before they start to compete. What could this thing be that leads to these athletes' ultimate success? I think a part of it is positive affirmations. This past summer, I was able to watch the 2024 Olympics in Paris. And as I was watching 7-time gold medalist Simone Biles, I noticed she was saying a couple words to herself before she was doing her event. Through further research, I found that she was saying two things to herself. One was confidence, and two was, you have this. Along that research, I found that Suni Lee, who's a 6-time medalist, also has a 10-word affirmation that she says to herself before competing. Nothing more, nothing less, because your normal is good enough. These two gymnasts are highly successful, and I bet they are not the only athletes that are speaking these positive affirmations to instill a confident mindset before they compete. Now, there are so many benefits to positive affirmations, as you can probably tell. The first benefit of positive affirmations is that allows you to face these challenging situations head on. Just like I mentioned with Simone Biles and Suni Lee, they're on a global stage that obviously has a lot of pressure, and they have a lot of pressure on them. So these positive affirmations that they're saying to themselves gives them a more confident mindset going into the event that they are competing in, instead of letting that doubt and hesitation get into their head. Another benefit is that it increases your self-confidence and your self-worth. These affirmations remind you that you are enough no matter what the challenge is or how you compete, because as long as you give your best, that you truly are enough. If you kind of have these words that hype you up, that kind of give you the confidence that, yeah, I can do this, like I'm gonna kill this, it gives you just more confident to go out there and tackle whatever is ahead of you. And in terms of self-worth, it makes you feel more alive and more energetic to face the challenge that is in your way. These positive affirmations also help with a healthier way of thinking. Our brain is so used to, leading towards the negative. It's so easy for us to think of something negative and dwell on it versus trying to find something positive, right? So if we are speaking these positive affirmations on a more frequent basis, it's replacing the neural pathways of a negative thought pattern with a more positive one. It's like developing a habit. If we speak these affirmations more and more, and we believe and buy into them a lot more, it's going to allow our brain to go in a more positive route versus that negative route of doubt, hesitation, and low self-confidence. These positive affirmations also help build a wall when it comes to these attacks that our negative thoughts are having on us. Now, I know what you're thinking, Randy, I don't know how to write a positive affirmation on my own. Don't worry, I got you. So these affirmations can be spoken out loud or in a journaling format. Personally, I prefer to write it down. Just the connection between my brain and writing just does something different for me. But whatever you choose, do what's best fit for you. Using a blog posted on crisistextline.org, here are the steps to write a positive affirmation. Step 1 is to identify the limiting belief. What is the thing or the negative thought that is holding you back from your highest potential? Is it that you feel like you're not enough? Is it that you're afraid of failure? What is the thing that is preventing you from becoming the highest version of yourself? For me, as an example, my limiting belief is that I care too much about what other people think of me. Having this thought and being a people pleaser isn't really a good recipe for a success. So this is something that is really limiting me to be the highest version of myself. Step 2 is to turn that negative thought or that limiting belief into a positive one. So using my same example, I would say I release the need to control what other people think of me. And the way that I am saying those words, it's more positive because I'm not just so focused on the can't and these negative words that fill my brain. It's more on the positive sense, like, okay, like I'm not gonna let myself be too hung up on controlling what other people think of me. Step 3 is to make it personal. Now, you are the only one that knows how words and phrases trigger you or will help you buy into the affirmation that help you believe that, the positive thinking is what you will resonate with. So however you say, you don't have to make it formal, however you think, help you believe and deep into your core is the way that you should write the affirmation or think or speak out the affirmation. Step 4 is using it in the present tense. I don't know if you noticed, but usually affirmations are in the present tense. And the reason why for that is because, if we are saying like, oh, I am going to, or I will, it's leaving room for some kind of doubt and hesitation in believing in that affirmation, because it's something that's in the future, something that you haven't accomplished yet. So if you use it in the present tense and saying like, oh, like I am, or, like I said, I release, helps your brain realize that like, oh, like this is something I already accomplished, and just continue believing and buying into it. Step 5 is to repeat it. Now, whether that's daily or weekly, I highly suggest doing it on a daily basis to kind of help your brain buy into a lot more. It's a lot more frequent. Just setting aside that 5 to 10 minutes or 30 seconds of you speaking to yourself and letting yourself know that, whatever challenge is in front of you, whatever the thing that is making you not feel like you're enough, you can overcome it, and that you have the capabilities to do that. So make sure you build it into your structure, your routine every day. And I know when I did it, it helped me believe a lot more in myself. It made me feel like I'm more enough. An affirmation during a depression that I would say is, I am enough. The more I wrote it, the more I said it, I started to actually believe it in my own pathway and journey with depression. The more you do it, the more you believe in it. And if that affirmation doesn't work for you, it's all right. Revamp it, move on to another one, or write something that you feel like will resonate with you. I just want to throw some quick examples to you guys, just in case, if you're not sure of the situation or things to say. If you feel like you are, you have this feeling of depression and anxiety, an affirmation that you can say is, this feeling is only temporary. I am capable. I am strong enough to get through this obstacle that is ahead of me right now. For those who are dealing about judgment with their body or not feeling enough because of their body, you can say, I view my body without judgment. If you feel like you're basing your self-worth on productivity or accomplishments, an affirmation that could possibly work for you is, my self-worth is not based on accomplishments or my productivity. Giving my best is enough. And just one more, if you feel like you are so compassionate with others, but not with yourself, you're being too hard on yourself, say, I deserve the same kindness I give to others, and I extend that kindness to myself. I know I threw a lot of examples at you, but if you look online, there is an affirmation out there that I hope resonates with you. So many sources that can build an affirmation for the negative thought or a limiting belief that is affecting you. So now I hope you can see how much positive affirmations can make an impact on your daily mindset, and how important it is for you to do this on a daily practice. These affirmations are stepping stone towards, a healthier mindset, and will help you push towards your goals. So, if anything resonated with you, hope you guys please like, share, subscribe. I would love to hear an affirmation that resonates with you, and share that with a community so that, it can help someone else that is looking for a positive affirmation that they can use on a daily basis. So as always, guys, let's fall in love with the process of getting better every day and becoming the highest version of ourselves. I love you guys.